You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when sky gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. Happy birthday, Scorpio. This video is dedicated to my Scorpio, Oliver, who was my dog, more so my familiar. His birthday is November 7th, and he died 4 days after, in 2018, on November 11th, on the portal 11/11/11. Portal of Angels. Had their biggest angel come through that day. November will always be that month for me, because Oliver wasn't my dog or my pet, and on top of being my familiar, which is an exertion of me, an extension of me as well, he was also like my son. But go explain that to people who see different body to be of lesser importance. What are you dealing with, Scorpio, that you care about deeply, that is tearing you or has tore you from the inside? That you feel like they don't understand, and they can't understand because they just don't see it. It's not even that they don't see clearly. They're just completely blind. Like trying to explain the color purple to a colorblind person. No offense to anyone who's colorblind out there. It's an analogy. But then for the cross watcher who doesn't get what is going on with their Scorpio, to them, you're colorblind. So instead of learning the difference between 50 shades of gray, just encompass 500 shades of grace. Scorpio, do so for yourself. Crosswatcher, do so for your Scorpio. They've had it the hardest when Mercury just retrograded in Scorpio, because it wasn't a regular retrograde. It was not. It was meant to reach into every single Scorpio on the planet, man or animal or tree, and yank the scorpionic energy out from within them and spread it across the globe for everyone to learn and feel and be in. Everybody felt like what it was like to be a Scorpio. It is so deep. It's the sensation of swimming really deep underwater, but you're actually walking on the earth, on the ground. How do you explain that? How do you explain what you see when you see both through water and through air? How do you explain that perception? a fluid air. It's like you see the wind. It's like you look at a person and you see their energy a little bit moving, but it's not moving, and yet it is moving, like a cloud. You know, when you look up in the sky and you're not sure, is this cloud moving or standing? It seems like it's moving, but it hasn't gone from this side of the window to that side of the window, from this angle of my eyes to this angle of my eyes. It's moving, and yet it remains. That's how Scorpio views people. And when it's sad or dark, oh my gosh. It's like you do the actions, but you can't even claim that you're doing them on autopilot or like a robot, because you feel through the auto moves. You're on auto mode, but you're also sensing it at the same time. After Oliver died, I had to drive cross country to get back home because we were traveling at the time. And after having him next to me in my car forever, I had to drive back home with his ashes next to me. And sleeping in motels after driving 11 hours a day in rural areas. Normally, I would be terrified of the ghosts of the people who were probably murdered there at one point or another. But I wasn't. I didn't really care. But I felt it, but I didn't care. I was scared, but I didn't care. Go live like that. That was my journey through the underworld. I do have strong scorpionic placements, so I survived it. But Scorpio, understand that people in your life that don't have strong scorpionic placements, they only recently have become acquainted with this type of energy. You gotta have compassion for them as well for not getting it. I know it's hard. I know it's difficult. You've been dealing with this your entire life. People who just don't freaking get it. But you gotta understand. You're the physicist being super frustrated with the kid who's now learning 1 + 1 = 2. You wouldn't actually be mad at that kid, right? So look at the people around you similarly. They are now experiencing, for the first time, this entire 2020 was what I just described. My journey of 5 days driving 11 hours a day with my dog's ashes next to me. That was 2020. And for a lot of people, it was the first time in their life going so deep into the fear, because it wasn't just their fear and them handling it. It was an entire collective of the globe dealing with that. So we were all also affected by other people's fears, those we see on the news and those that are around us. It was intensified, multiplied, and finally to know what it's like to be you, and you're just sitting on the side or in the corner watching them, and you're like, you judged me. You judged me for being so scared. For being in so much pain. You said, oh, he was just a dog. That's what it was to me, but to you it's anything else. Oh, it's just love. Or it's just your dream job. Oh, it's just how you wake up in the morning or how you experience the world. Oh, it's just being around someone you don't get along with. Toughen it up. Get over it. Like maybe someone else sitting here right now would just get over the screaming children outside. I want to go, grab them by the ear, drag them to their parents' house, and put them all in the corner. And have them stay there forever. Because I feel their shrieks as I'm doing something so delicate, like tapping into a collective energy of Scorpio. Where every single sound and every single movement hurts. This is your payback month, Scorpio, but you're not going to get much pleasure out of it. You're going to see everyone going through what you went through all of your life. And you won't even have the privilege to enjoy them going through it and understanding you finally. No, because you have such a pure heart. You don't really want to see them in pain. You just wanted them to understand. But how could they have understand without developing compassion towards that? And how could they ever develop compassion if they've never experienced it? Because that's how we develop compassion. That's why people who went through the most pain in their life are the most compassionate, empathic people. I swear to Goddess, when I have a kid, if he ever shrieks like that, it's okay to say that some kids are not cute. Some kids are very cute, but some kids are not. And some kids are very smart, and some kids are not. Guess what? They are the building blocks to the next adult. If you can easily say that there are some adults that are not smart and not cute, you can say the same thing about a kid. It reflects a lot about the parent. It says a lot about the parent. See, Scorpio, you understand me right now. Disrespect to people's space, not just physical space, but emotional space, and the space of their senses. You know how important that is. And that kind of disrespect drives you nuts, and rightly so. The reason people aren't as sensitive as you to these things is because they're not extrasensory. Will you blame an animal or a dog for feeling a lot of pain in their ear over really, really, really loud music that you're okay with? No, because you know they hear so much stronger and such higher pitches. It would be abusive for you to do that to them, right? So it's abusive for people to be so disrespectful of your boundaries and of your space. To force you to hear what they have to say when you don't wanna. To force you to be in the room with them when you don't wanna. To even force you to smell them when you don't wanna. Because no one smells like you, and no one hears like you, and no one sees like you. The eagle is the expansive version, the ascended version of a Scorpio. And the eagle, fun fact, has a 340 degrees sight. The only range they can't see is within a small 20 degrees. Now we know how the energy of November, of this season, of yours, feels like. Let's see the intricacies and detail from the cards for my Scorpio seekers. Too much. Okay. say it. If something is too much, tell them, this is too much for me. This is too much. Can you take it down a notch? Take the volume down a notch. Take the hand waving down a notch. Even take the truth down a notch. I'm sensitive. Choose your words. Tell me the truth, but be kind about it. You don't know what I'm fucking dealing with. So even if you're telling me the truth, be kind about it. And this is me representing the nation of Scorpios for November, talking to you, cross-watcher. Oh, a Scorpio hurt you? Do you even know what Scorpio went through? How Scorpio feels in the world? You can't begin to understand. You can't. Now, to be just and to be fair, Scorpio don't always explain themselves. So I'm not saying that there's something wrong with you, cross-watchers, for not getting the Scorpio. They're not helping you get it. Some of them don't know how. But still, you gotta have compassion and patience. Not expect. Don't take it personal if you don't get it. Don't make it about yourself. Don't make it about, I'm not getting the Scorpio. I don't understand what to do with Scorpio, and then make it about yourself. You're in so much pain for not knowing what to do with Scorpio. And Scorpio is like, are you seriously making this about yourself? Did you seriously just make it about yourself again? Temperance in the reverse. There's some lack of balance in your emotions, Scorpio. You are very sensitive right now, and that's okay. This is not in ways of shading you. It's just a matter of reflection. And the way to go about it is to have 500 shades of grace for yourself. Be compassionate and patient and not demanding of yourself to get up, to toughen up. You hold the weight of the world right now, of the human psyche right now. You. And I'll be damned if it's not Scorpios to be the first to call out a civil war if it's coming. You'll feel it first, if you haven't already. But you don't have to call it out. You don't have to tell them anything. You don't have to explain anything. Enough. Sometimes explaining big equations to a kid who's now learning 1 + 1 = 2 is not good for them. It will just confuse them. King of Wands. Tap into your Martian energy. Before you were ruled by Pluto, you were ruled by Mars, like Aries. King of Wands. Don't be hyped on balancing all your elements right now. It's okay to be in the fire energy, in the intensive energy that expresses itself from the gut, the way it feels right now. What do you feel right now? It's okay. Go for it. Do it. Feel it. You want to rage? Rage with safety. Don't hurt anyone. But feel it. You want to express passion? Express passion. You want to do something that makes absolutely no sense? Go for it. This isn't the Page of Wands. It's a King of Wands. You can afford doing it. You'll be forgiven. Two of Swords. And if you won't be forgiven, then they're too self-absorbed. This is also you. It's like you can be in the snow with your hands tied behind your back, but still have enough energy to get you through. And still have your strong instincts, speaking of my wolf, to get you through. Show me more, please, for Scorpio for November. Someone is not seeing this King of Wands coming. The Star. There is an offer of love coming in. It's from the depth of someone's soul. They mean it. They went through quite the inner struggle to be able to approach you with this. But it's really guided by higher guidance, by their own higher self, communicating with your higher self. So I'm sensing it to be true. So your faith will be challenged this month. Do you still believe in love? Do you still believe you're deserving of happiness? Queen of Swords. Strong air energy. We have her Two of Swords, the Star, and the Queen of Swords. The approach will be with clean, clear words. There won't be room for confusion. You won't have to play guessing, which is good. You want that, Scorpio. The last thing you want right now is indecisiveness, right? Six of Swords and Nine of Pentacles. I feel like it's some sort of an invite, or, you know, let me take you out of this, you know, of this wall you build around yourself of protection. Let me take these swords a little bit into the space of water. Let's take a break. Let's clear the mind. Let's change the environment. Changing place, changing luck. It's in Hebrew. The Hermit. You'll be debating because you'll wonder maybe it's best for you to be alone because you're hypersensitive. I don't think so. I think this will be a good opportunity to see if this person can deal with your extrasensory attributes. If this person can make you feel like you can feel comfortable being with them, same way as you feel comfortable being with yourself. And this reminds me of the Aries reading, so you might want to watch it. I actually did it today. It's already posted. And speaking of the new moon, I said something to myself in my own head, and then I said, speaking of, in regards to it, so you don't know what I'm talking about. But I was thinking about the new moon in Scorpio. So speaking of, I think after the new moon in Scorpio, there will be a big sense of relief, and that goes for most of the signs. Show me more. Four of Wands, beautiful. I feel like you're about to experience what it's like to feel understood and seen, like truly seen, you know? And there's so many layers of you to see, Scorpio. So when someone can see you, it says a lot about them. It means they have very high range for colors, right? When they look at the rainbow, they don't see 7 colors. They see 700 hues, right? And 2 of Pentacles. I would say go for it, try. But Morgane, you already know how sensitive I am. What if it will fail and will hurt? Well, you will always be this way, but you gotta keep trying with life, right? I'm so sorry. I'm developing intense hatred to my neighbors. I bet if you're new to my channel, you must think I'm like... No, they've earned it. Trust me, they've earned it. I'm surrounded with some of the most narcissistic and inconsiderate, loud people on earth. And not for long. But I had to come to terms with being able to admit it. That not all people are great, and there's good to find in them. And even if there is good to find in them, I don't have to bother. Because my well-being and sensitivity and work and focus and creativity are very important. And so are yours. I think the moment you'll stop trying to be perfect or saint-like or high and mighty just because you're Scorpio that represents purity. Purity isn't perfection of emotion. Purity is raw emotion. It's truth. And truth is not perfect. Truth is just a clear, sharp reflection of what is. Be it you are hopeful and loving and feeling great, or pessimistic and angry and feeling low. Telling yourself that you're one when you're actually the other is not being pure, and it's not being loyal to your essence. So here I am giving you the full go on being Martian. You think Mars stops to think if what they're feeling, if what he's feeling right now is okay or not? Acceptable or not? You think it would be Mars? Same goes to Venus. They both have this, that's why they get along so well. They are the masculine and the feminine of the same energy. Venus isn't always loving. Venus is a raw, intense badass. And when she's feeling good, oh my God, it's so much fun. But when she's angry, hide. Hide. She'll do it with class, though. You won't even be able to stay mad at her. The reason why you will debate is because you're not sure if you are balanced enough, ready enough. No one is ever balanced enough, ready enough for love. We're never balanced enough, ready enough for anything. That's why we are here on this earth and not floating in the space of happy, free souls. We're here to go through it. To balance, we need to experience imbalance. For order, we need to experience chaos. And love, it's in all of these things. And you deserve love in whatever step you are on the journey. Whether it's a good day or a bad day. Whether you woke up on the right side of the bed or on the left side of the bed. If it will feel like something you want to try, go for it. Am I saying it's a guarantee that it will succeed? No. But hey, you've been through it all. You can handle another one. You can. I'm going to continue this, focusing on your love life. I'm going to look deeper into the dynamic and narrative between you and this person in the extended. And I will see also how things unfold throughout the month. And I will also finish up with messages from the runes. You can find the link to it down below in the description box. It's over on Patreon for unlimited streaming alongside all the other extendeds and all my other VIP content this month and past months. Or if you just want one sign, you can check out Vimeo and purchase which one you like. I'm assuming Scorpio. Please be sure to check out Tarot Masterclass Bunkai. I teach tarot and I teach it how it wants to be taught. I give it its full glory and honor to the craft of tarot, which is way more vast and deep than how it is perceived sometimes here on YouTube. And I'm on Instagram, The Existential Shift. Come say hi. And you can join as a member to my channel if you just want to reciprocate with a couple dollars every month for the work that I do here for free. And if you're new to my channel, hey Scorp, subscribe, press the bell button for notifications, and watch your other placements. I love you. See you in a second.